Hey HBA fans, this is your Government Relations Manager, Evan Lukadakis, and we're coming back from a little summer hiatus to give you an important government affairs update as we head into the fall elections. First, let's get into some national news that is going to have a big impact on home building. We've heard a lot of talk in the past as to when and if the Fed is going to cut interest rates, especially having the president rain down on Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. And for the first time since 2008, the big slash happened by 25 basis points, which makes the top rate 2.25%. For home builders, this is a big relief. At a time where high labor and supply costs are driving up home prices, lower borrowing costs will help alleviate some housing affordability issues. Okay, moving down to our local affairs. In St. Bernard Parish, the council passed an amended historic tree ordinance. Basically, if you're planning on whacking down that tree in your yard to build a pool or even a new house, you better know these rules. Any tree that has a trunk diameter of 24 inches or more at a standard height of 4 1/2 feet from the tree base shall be deemed a historic tree. And if you want to remove or alter what's now defined as a historic tree, you're going to need a permit from the Community Development Department. So I spoke with a few of our builders in St. Bernard, and they didn't have a problem with this ordinance. Plus, they say that the Community Development Department is great to work with. So we didn't officially oppose this ordinance, and we sat this one out. All right, moving west to St. Charles Parish. Back in June, we caught an ordinance before it went to the floor for a vote that would have limited a builder's dirt fill with various rules and regulations on a vacant lot to prevent floodwater on adjacent properties. We testified at the council meeting, and by we I mean Randy Noel and Phil Hoffman, because I'm not a builder and that stuff was a little too technical for me, so big thanks to you guys for all the help. So where do we stand now? The council's legislative committee voted to create a subcommittee on the issue, and they appointed Randy to serve as a stakeholder for the home builders, and I'm confident that they'll come together and propose a well thought out solution. Well, now that summer is winding down, that means we're heading into the fall elections. And here at the HBA, we're preparing for the many races taking place in our 7-parish jurisdiction. We've got candidate interviews coming up, so stay tuned for all of the endorsements we're going to have going out. All right, and lastly, I want to make sure y'all all know about our legislative session debrief luncheon we're holding at Ralph's on the Park on August 27th. From the Senate, we're having Senators Sharon Hewitt and Gary Smith, and from the House, we have Representatives Kirk Talbot and Chris Leopold. They're going to talk to us about the big plays that happened during the legislative session and take questions from our members, which, by the way, the luncheon is free if you're a member of the HBA GNO. And the registration link is in the video description. Well, that's all I have now. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll be back soon with more government affairs updates.